Wait, stop. Can we take time? Turn back the clock. Dreaming of this since hopscotch.
Gotta do it, gotta do it. I done did it so many damn times, don't gotta prove it. It was always for the love, it was always for the music. Sit back, made a dream of my life is all lucid. Get my name to the game, yes, that's all I got. Putting pain in the rain for this chain I ride. Run the game when the same, yeah, we all on top. We might change up the frame, but it's still on live.
Gotta do what I say, straight like that, no chaser. I need you in my life. Show me right now what you made of. Gotta do what I say. Finally got back to my status. I was letting go.
So this is raw reality of making $1,000 per month at the age of 22. So I went from making almost $0 to $1,000 per month in the last 4 months, and the place where I'm from India, it already places me in the top 3% of the earners in the country. I've been wanting to shoot such a video for a while now, like from the past 2 or 3 weeks. But what I realized was if I keep waiting for the perfect moment, if I keep waiting for the perfect script, if I keep waiting for the perfect storytelling and everything, perfect B-rolls, it's not gonna get done. And at the end of the day, what I did was just picked up my phone and started recording. There's no script, there's no storytelling, there's no structure. This is complete raw. This is the raw reality of making $1,000 per month at the age of 22. I'll not lie to you guys, I kind of wrote a script of what to exactly speak in the video, because I'm not just gonna speak random jargon and time waste for like the next 20 minutes. I want to keep this video as informative plus as entertaining as it can, so that you get the most value out of it and you know how it is starting an online business and getting to your first $1,000 per month.
Now what you made of. Gotta do what it says. Finally got back to my status. I was letting go.
So, if you're someone who just started an online business or who's getting into any online business of any kind, may it be selling services, selling products, coaching, consulting, anything, this is how it looks like. And I'm gonna give you a blueprint of how you can start your own online business from scratch and get to $1,000 per month in the next 5 to 6 months. So I started my online business, like the ideation phase and all of that, around 5 months ago. And to the point where I am today, I could probably get here even easier, even faster. But it was just that I was juggling too many things at a time. So it kind of took me more than 5 months to do so. But realistically, if you follow the blueprint that I'm going to give you in this video, you can get there in the next 3 or 4 months. That is like the best time frame to get to $1,000 per month. Honestly, it's insane how easy it is today to start your own personal brand, to start your own online business because of social media, and how you can earn your first $1,000 in the next 3 to 4 months. 6 months is a timeline where it is far stretched, because I don't want to give you false hopes. I don't want to give you a timeline which is impossible to achieve. And if you don't achieve that, you'll probably get demotivated and disheartened because you couldn't do it. 6 months is somewhere like you can probably get to $1,000 per month in less than 6 months, but 6 months is like the perfect time to kind of get good at your skill as well as get good at client acquisition. So, to give you a bit of context on what business do I run, I basically do personal branding for CEOs, founders, and business owners of high level tech companies. I work with founders who specifically are in tech. Of course, my clientele, ranges from non-tech companies as well. I recently onboarded a client who isn't really into tech. He works in a tech company, but his personal brand is about something very different. I'll not tell you, of course, but this is what I do basically. And the average client I charge like 700, $800. I earn more than $1,000 a month, but for the title and for the YouTube videos sake, I kept it clean, like 1K per month. But this is what I do. Before this business, I earned a lot of money in the coding business as well, where I was freelancing, mentoring, I was hosting cohorts, I was hosting, mentorship courses and all of that. And I created a personal brand without telling people how to build a personal brand. So I actually know how to do it. I've sold digital products as well. And if you're following my YouTube channel for a while now, you probably know what is my background. So, if you're someone who just started an online business or who's getting into any online business of any kind, may it be selling services, selling products, coaching, consulting, anything, this is how it looks like. And I'm gonna give you a blueprint of how you can start your own online business from scratch and get to $1,000 per month in the next 5 to 6 months. I started this business around 4 months ago. I was struggling finding my ICP. I initially started with SaaS founders. I was targeting only people who were in the SaaS niche and who wanted to kind of, grow their own SaaS, grow their own product. But after a lot of sales calls, after a lot of conversations with all the ICPs in my business, what I found out was they don't really have the funds to pay for my service, and nobody was gonna pay me $800, 700, even $500 for 4 weeks of personal branding, which includes content creation, email marketing, and literally everything there is related to personal branding. So a change in background for just for a change. So when I started getting on sales calls, when I started getting into conversations with these SaaS founders, what I realized was that these people are not going to pay me a lot of money, and they don't really have the funds. They are on tight budgets, and they are all early stage founders who are just getting started into their entrepreneurial journey. So they're not going to really pay me, right? So because of which I quickly pivoted my niche. All right. So if you stayed in this video until now, congratulations, you made it. You're gonna make it. You're gonna be successful. Don't worry about it. You really have the focus, you have the attention span. All you have to do is put in the work, and that's what I'm gonna tell you how to, right? If you wanna hit your first 1K per month in your business, any sort of online business, this is the blueprint. The first step that you have to take is identify a core skill that you wanna sell. It can be copywriting, it can be email marketing, it can be designing, it can be graphic design, it can be video editing, it can be cinematography, anything. But the first and the most important step is to identify one core skill that your personal brand is going to be centered around. And for me, which is writing, because 3 years ago when I started writing on X, I started writing on X, right? I started creating content through writing. I started writing blogs, emails, newsletters, basically, and educational content, which is one of the main reasons I grew my audience to like 12,000 plus followers, right? So, this is the first thing. Now, the second thing that you need to do, which is probably one of the most important thing, is to identify who you are going to help. So let's say if you are a video editor, right, you will mainly help people who are like, YouTube creators who are just getting started with Instagram. Maybe you can help me as well. I'm just getting started with YouTube. So I am your ICP, right? Ideal client profile. Once you identify the kind of people that you want to help, and this can vary, right? You can help a broad range of people. Like the people you help can be creators, they can be UGC creators, they can be founders who want to start vlogging, anybody. It's just that the problem that you're solving should be very, very clear, because if you don't know the problem that you're solving, you can identify as many ICPs as you want, you can approach them, you can outreach, you can do everything in the world, but still not land clients. Now, you've already identified the skill that you want to help people with, like the one core skill. You have already identified people who you want to help. Let's say in this case, it's YouTube creators, right? With your video editing skill. The third thing is client acquisition. Business is nothing but getting money in. Cash flow is business. Business is not setting systems. Business is not registering your company. Business is not getting an LLC. Business is not designing a logo for 3 hours straight. It's nothing. It's just money in. If you're not getting money, if you're not making money, it's not a business yet. So, how do you start making money? Client acquisition. So, what exactly is client acquisition? It's so important that I have to come close to the camera, but listen to me closely. You only need one acquisition channel to get as many clients as you want, right? It can be X, LinkedIn, Reddit, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook groups, all of this stuff. Just choose one primary platform. For me, which is, of course, X. I primarily get my clients through X. All of the clients that I've signed until like till date, all of them are through X. And the way to do client acquisition is pretty straightforward. You have to create a dream 100 list of, like, let's say 100 people who you want to help with, right? So like you identify 100 YouTube creators whose videos you want to edit, right? So like identify just 10, 20 people in the space, in the niche that you're targeting, and all of the people who are following that particular guy, get them to an Excel sheet, start outreaching them on emails, in their YouTube comments, in like in their X account, in their Instagram account, any one of those. Now once you do this, what you will realize is it's probably not as easy as you thought, right? A lot of people will not respond you. The people who respond you will probably ghost you, or the people who respond you and get into a conversation will not show up on the sales call. All of these things are very normal. You're going to struggle with all of these things in the beginning, especially when you start your business. There would be sales calls, there would be discovery calls where the client doesn't where the prospect doesn't show up. There would be people who will ghost you after providing the free work. There will be people who will not really respond you whatever you do, right? But your job is to keep following up and keep outreaching new people. Now, there's a certain way you can start outreaching people in which you can really benefit, and you can increase the chances of closing your first client by, let's say, 50% if you use this strategy. What is this strategy? Let's get. So, the strategy to increase your probability of landing your first paying client by 50% is pretty simple, but it just requires a bit more of an effort from your side. And what I'll do is I'll tell you my story of how I used it to land my second paying client, and automatically you'll know, right, like what to do exactly. So what I did was I came across this guy who's like a tech founder on LinkedIn. Like I was just surfing through LinkedIn, I came across this profile in a SaaS related group, and I wasn't able to message him on LinkedIn because of some limit or some stuff. And I fetched his X account. I scrolled through his X account. I saw that okay, this is the content he creates. These are his skills. Like this is his expertise, and all of this stuff. What is he building, and all of the stuff that there is around this guy. All of the context that there is. And I DM'd him saying that, hey X, I would love to write you three long form posts that you can post readily on X and LinkedIn, and just reply to this message with a simple hi. I'll start writing them. And after 4 days, I'm not lying, after 4 days of sending him this message, I got a response that, hey Atharva, I would love to see what you write. I'm curious about what you can do for me. Go ahead, maybe just write two long form posts. No need to waste a lot of time on it, and I'll see how I like it. I immediately got back to writing. I wrote three long form posts, not even two. I wrote three long form posts, and in the next 2 hours, I sent over the doc. And again, for the next 3 days, he didn't reply me. And then he was like, "Yeah, I like them. What's your offer? What is the service that you sell? Like what exactly is that you're offering?" So I sent him some details, right? On which he responded with, "What's your pricing?" And on that I sent him the pricing, and on which he responded with, okay, I'm interested. Here's my calendar, let's schedule a call. Got on a call, explained him what my service is, explained him how I can help him with his personal brand, how, like, with his launch and all of that stuff. Get back to work, closed him as a client. The next day he sent me a payment. Done. This is what I not I this is basically what is called as a service based lead magnet. So where you provide value upfront, so that the other guy also knows that you're selling something, and you don't keep him in delusion that okay, I'm not here to sell, I'm just here to build rapport with you, I'm just here to network. No, you don't want to do that. You want to be very straightforward that okay, you're selling a service which there's nothing wrong about, by the way, right? There's nothing wrong about selling, there's nothing wrong about you seeking business from someone. Potentially you can help him with some value, right? This is basically called a service based lead magnet. You give upfront value, the prospect likes it or dislikes it based on your skill set. I am into writing from a long time, right? So like he of course liked my writing. We got on a call and I closed him as a client. I now work with him since the past 2 months, and I've closed him as a retainer. So this is exactly how you can start an online business from scratch and grow it to like 1K per month in the next 4 to 5 months. And the key here is to take small steps, right? You don't really need to work 10 hours a day. You don't need to do all of that stuff. I already told you the secret strategy to kind of, close your first paying client with the service based lead magnet thing. Try it out, give it a go. You'll get a lot of rejections along the way. You'll get on sales calls with people who can't afford your services, who have a ton of different objections. But trust me, that is it, and that is what it is all about, right? Business is about making money. But how do you make money? Through the process, through the experience, through all the learnings that you gather through the experience, right? So there's going to be a lot of failures, there's going to be a lot of roadblocks, but at the end you have to persist, and you have to keep going. You have to take small steps in which you can probably learn a lot of things from, and get to a level where you're earning like 1K per month. So that was the vid. I hope you liked it. I hope you learned a thing or two from it, and I hope you start taking action as soon as you can. This is the room where I record all of my YouTube videos, and I'm going to start expanding more on YouTube and Instagram from now. If you haven't seen my video about how to grow an X from scratch, it's like a 22-minute long guide. It's completely raw, it's completely unfiltered. So you get a lot of value from it. You'll start growing your own X account. And if you're someone who's starting an online business, I am Atharva. I'm from India. I am 22 and I'm building an online business about personal branding. I help founders, specifically tech founders, build a personal brand, and I am going to convert this into the number one personal branding agency in the world. That is my vision, and that is what I'm working for. So if you want to follow along, if you want to just see my journey and all of the learnings that I gained throughout this particular experience, this particular journey, at the end I'm just documenting my life. I'm just documenting my learnings in a way that you learn from it. Give me a follow, give me a subscribe wherever you're seeing this video, because I'll also post it on X as well. So all of my links would be in the description below. The video about growing on X would be here somewhere, here in the cards or something. And I'll see you in the next one. This was the raw reality of making 1K per month at 22. And honestly, I'm very excited where I'm going. By the end of this year, I'm probably reach maybe 10K per month. And I'll quote this particular clip that, okay, this was February 23 and I was making 1K per month. Today is 31st of December 2025, and now I'm making 10K per month. For that, give me a follow. Let's build something impactful. Let's build something that adds value to the world, and network, and grow alongside and together. I'll see you in the next one. Let's get back to work.